Westchester, Pennsylvania is one of the most happening spots in Chester County, and there's a lot of pros of living in Westchester, whether it's the surrounding townships or in the borough itself, and there's a few cons depending on what you're looking for. So I'm going to break them all down now. The biggest pro I see of living in Westchester is downtown Westchester. You've got the university down there, which attracts a certain vibe. You have football games on the weekends. And most importantly, there are over 65 different bars and restaurants in Westchester Borough. This is incredible that there's that much commerce in such a small borough in Chester County. I mean, there's landmark places people like going to, like Limoncello, or some of the classics like Ryan's Pub. And you can literally get a 5-star experience, or maybe go grab a really great hamburger or some Greek food or whatever you want in the borough. So that's a major, major plus. And you see businesses flocking to Westchester Borough. There's escape rooms in Westchester. You have Carlino's. You've got steakhouses. You've got men's clothing department stores, old school haberdashers right in Westchester Borough. So to me, the number one thing about living in Westchester is access to a real downtown. The courthouse is there. You've got parking lots now. Parking's a little bit of a challenge. We'll get to that in a second. To me, the proximity and the ability to get to Westchester Borough is easily the number one reason to move to Westchester, Pennsylvania. Some of the other pros, the second pro, number two, is the amount of open space. You can literally be right outside the borough and be able to get a half acre, a full acre, a 2-acre lot on a single family home. There's a country feel and a Chester County feel to the entire area because Westchester isn't just the borough. You've got a ton of surrounding townships that make up the greater Westchester area. You have East Whiteland Township, West Goshen, East Goshen, Westtown, East Bradford, and both Thornbury Townships that all comprise Westchester along with the borough. And to me, you have very different areas in all of these places. You're a little closer to Exton and Main Street if you're in East Whiteland, which gets you to major highways, another big plus. You're by Route 202 if you're in West Goshen or East Goshen. You've got the Mega Wawa that was built right outside of Westchester Borough on Westchester Pike. So you have all this shopping that makes you not have to leave the area, but you can have some space. You can wave at your neighbors, not look right in their window. Or there's townhome communities and smaller communities as well. So there's a lot of space here, which is pretty exciting. Number three is the shopping. The fact that you can get to the Amish market in Westtown, right off Route 202. You have access to the King of Prussia Mall in about 20 minutes, not a terrible ride at all. And you can get down to Delaware for tax-free shopping. That's another 20, 30-minute ride. On top of all the little boutiques and shops that you have in Westchester Borough itself, you've got shopping all over the place. There's tons of grocery stores. It's really easy to get to where you need to go. You can even just head down 202 to Painter's Crossing where they got a lot of retail. That's only maybe 10, 15 minutes away. So the fact that you've got all this access, and let's not undersell the King of Prussia Mall. That might be the number one or number two destination mall in the country, depending if you like the Mall of America in Minnesota where they've got the roller coasters. If you want to go shopping, all your high-end stores are right in King of Prussia. And the flip side is you can go down to Delaware and do the tax-free outlet shopping if that's your thing. And you've got a lot of great local stuff as well with grocery stores, Panera Breads, Starbucks, all the things that people look for in those sort of strip mall locations. So you have a lot of access to shopping and local amenities. Number four, the property taxes are a good bit lower in Westchester School District, and it's going to depend on each one of the townships, obviously, compared to when you get into Delaware County or you get into Downingtown, where the property taxes do go up because you have enough commercial space eating up that tax base. And lower property taxes mean lower monthly payments on your house. So another great reason to look into moving into Westchester. And then you've got the university and QVC, which are major employers. There's a lot of job opportunities. QVC especially has an 80-acre complex and is a $5.8 billion company, and they employ 22,000 people. So it's a great place to find a job, maybe work your way up. It's a large company. You've got a lot of local celebrities that own homes in the direct vicinity, like Chaz Dean and Lori from Shark Tank. You know who they are. They come here because of the appeal of QVC. And you've even got a local airport in Westchester. I don't fly private, I don't fly locally, but it's another way to get into town, and that's another big plus of living in Westchester. And with the university that's local, there's a great way to tap into maybe finding some interns for your company or giving back to the community, because Westchester University has been around a very long time, great university, and brings a nice sort of different vibe to Westchester Borough. So tons of positive reasons to live here on top of the easy access to major roadways. You've got Route 3, 202, you can get to 95 pretty easily, and obviously get to the Turnpike whether you're cutting through Downingtown or going through King of Prussia. So there's a lot of positive reasons to live in Westchester. And with all the positives, there's gonna be a couple negatives. So one of the negatives for some people is the proximity to Philadelphia. Now, you're probably not moving to Westchester if you want to be able to get in and out of Philadelphia pretty easily, unless you want to go to a Phillies game, Sixers game, Eagles game, the Flyers game, whatever your sport of choice is. So that's one of the negatives, is that it does take a good bit of time to get into Philadelphia from Westchester, and there's really not a direct way to go. You're either taking 202 to 76. I like to avoid 76 at all costs because it's built between a mountain and a river, or you can take Route 3 or Route 202 down the 95 and have the reverse commute. That might be a little easier getting to the sports complexes. So the proximity to the city, that's one of the challenges. Along with that, there's really a big lack of public transportation, although there's all this talk now. I've heard for years, the train's coming to Westchester. We want to connect Westchester to the rest of the regional rail system for SEPTA. Right now, it's not there. So luckily, we live in the age of Uber and Lyft, which make things a heck of a lot easier. But there is no public transportation, which is going to be a negative for some people. You can take the bus. It's not like a train. It's not like a subway. So that's one of the negatives for living in Westchester. And if you want, the borough is great because it gives you that mix of downtown and a rural location. However, some people, they want to be in a little more of a area where it's easy to get around, you're only 5 minutes from everything. Westchester's probably not going to be for you. It's a little more rural, a little more spread out. You definitely get more bang for your buck with home prices when it comes to looking at the main line versus Westchester. So there's a lot of reasons to do that, and I'm going to get into a couple extra bonus pros here in a second. But it is a little bit more of a rural location. That's going to work for a lot of people. They want those rolling hills, they want the fields, they want the farms that are in the area. And this spans all the way into Unionville, Chadds Ford, as well as Westchester school districts. And the population here is about 111,000 are the amount of people that live in Westchester. So it's a lot of people, but it's still got a little bit of a small town feel, and that might not be for everybody. So looking at all that, there's a couple extra bonus pros. You got great school systems, both public and private. You've got the Westtown School. They've got people in the MBA now, very highly rated school. You're very close to Malvern Prep, Villa Maria, Episcopal, a lot of the higher end private schools. Some people in Westchester, they go down to Salesiana. And you've got two great public school districts in Unionville, Chadds Ford, and Westchester. Check them out. Check out your own ratings. Make your determination. There's a lot of Catholic grade schools and middle schools. You've got Bishop Shanahan that's in Downingtown. It used to be in Westchester. So you've got access to a lot of schools that will take care of your kids if that's something that's a concern for you. And the last one is going to be bang for your buck. And the bang for your buck in Westchester is significant compared to looking on the main line and some of the other higher end neighborhoods in Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties, because for the reasons we talked about, it's not as close to the city, so you can get more house for your money here. That's statistically documented and it's proven. The numbers are changing all the time. And you can get newer homes out in Westchester. They've also got some historic farmhouses, some older properties, so they have some charm if you want to move to the borough and live in a 110 or 120-year-old home. Not a lot of inventory there. That's a whole other situation because people like it down there. There is the opportunity to get a newer home that was built maybe in the last 10, 15, 20 years. So a lot of great reasons to move to Westchester. Some things you're going to want to know about before you move to Westchester. And obviously, if this is something you're thinking about, schedule a call with us. Hit the link in the channel here so you can get in touch with people that know the local market here so we can best help you.